Hi everyone, welcome to Data Voice, Business English for Analysts. I'm Ethan, a junior analyst.
Hi, I'm Clara, an analytics manager.
Today we'll talk about how to explain the impact of promotions on sales. Write in the comments your role and where you're watching from. Clara, last week our sales increased, but I'm not sure how to explain it in my report.
That's a very common question, Ethan. Sales can grow for many reasons, and promotions are one of the main drivers.
I know we had a promotion on the product, but how should I write it in English for management?
Let's start simple. First, explain what happened to sales. Then explain why it happened, using the promotion as a reason.
So I could say sales increased last week because of a promotion.
Yes, that's a good start, but let's make it more professional and clear. Instead of just because of a promotion, you can say sales increased by 8% week on week, mainly driven by promotional activity.
I see. Now it's clear and precise.
Exactly. Next, it's helpful to explain which metrics changed because of the promotion.
Like what metrics?
For example, penetration, purchase frequency, and sometimes average price.
Can you explain each one?
Of course, penetration tells us how many people bought the product. During a promotion, more people often try the product, so penetration usually increases.
And purchase frequency?
Purchase frequency is how often people buy the product. Sometimes regular buyers buy more units during a promotion, so this metric can go up too.
What about average price?
Promotions usually lower the price temporarily. If you report sales value, you need to explain that the increase is partly because of volume growth, not just higher prices.
So I can say something like, sales value increased by 8% driven by higher penetration and purchase frequency, while average price was lower due to the promotion.
Perfect. You explain the impact on different metrics in one sentence.
Sometimes I see sales go up but then drop quickly after a promotion ends. How do I explain that?
Good question. That's called a short-term effect. You can say sales increased during the promotion, but returned to normal levels after the promotion ended.
And if a manager asks, is this growth sustainable?
Then we need to be honest. Say something like, the growth was mainly short-term and driven by the promotion. We should monitor next week's data to see long-term trends.
Should I also compare this year with last year?
Yes, especially if there was a promotion last year. You can write, sales grew 8% week on week compared to 5% during the same promotion last year.
That gives context. I understand now that explaining promotions is not just about the number, it's about metrics, context, and drivers.
Exactly, Ethan. Always connect sales changes to specific metrics and reasons.
Let's summarize the key points.
First, always state the result clearly, how much sales increased or decreased.
Second, explain why using promotions or other drivers.
Third, mention the metrics affected: penetration, purchase frequency, volume, value, price.
Fourth, clarify if the effect is short-term or long-term.
Finally, give context if needed. Compare with last year or previous periods.
That's a lot of useful points. It's much easier to write a report now.
Yes, explaining promotions clearly shows professional thinking and helps managers make decisions.
Thanks for watching Data Voice, Business English for Analysts. If you found this useful, subscribe to the channel and like the video. Write in the comments your role and your country. I love reading them.
See you next time.